Hey guys, I wanted to do a video about the truth about trust, my experiences with trust. If you've seen my other videos, you already know the situation I'm in. My wife and a divorce, my best friend, all that shit. Trust. Well, from my personal experience with trust, him and I was my best friend, so we all have had them. The hell was that? Anyways, um, you can trust somebody with your entire heart, and nobody can truthfully, honestly be trusted 100%. Um, Hell, we can't even trust ourselves. I mean, how many times have most of us made New Year's resolutions and never followed through? So, as far as trust goes, you can never trust anybody 100%. You can never trust anything 100%. I learned that with the Bible as well. I'm not dogging the Bible whatsoever. It's one of my greatest mentors, actually. But it's very easy to misplace trust. And you can be betrayed by anybody, including your children. Um, they'll do it accidentally. You know, if you say something and you don't take into consideration that they're young children, sometimes they'll repeat things. Um, my wife should learn that one. Um, at the end of the day, with trust, it's your free will to choose what you want to do with it. And there's a proverb that if you don't trust, you will not be trusted. And there is a lot of truth to that. But at the same time, who do you trust? What do you trust them with? And there's no 100% guarantee. There is no 100% guarantee. I mean, even Jay Krishnamurti, yeah, at his end days or in his last couple of years he was alive, he had a student, I think it was his bookkeeper. The guy managed a lot of the publishing and selling his books and stuff like that. And the guy took all his money. The guy took all of Krishnamurti's money, and he wasn't able to travel anymore. So he taught in schools around him. And it can happen to any one of us. You just never know. I would have never guessed. Especially when you got a strong, trusting relationship with somebody and you've been able to rely on them. And you get that sense of security where you can just open up and have a bunch of beers or whatever and, I love you, man. And both of you just cry on each other's shoulders, telling each other childhood stories with how your parents raised you and starvation, this, that, and the other thing. All the crazy shit that, well, pretty much every adult does. I mean, I haven't seen a so-called functional family, yeah, really ever. Every family has their problems. Every family has their problems. Families of 13, I don't even want to know what the hell kind of problems that brings. My wife would tell me stories all the time about how, because she wanted a big family, and her father's side was like 13 kids or whatever, and I look at them all now as adults, and it's like, yeah, uh, bigger isn't always better with a whole lot of things. Same thing with paychecks. You get bigger paychecks. If you're somebody who's got an addiction to shopping or whatever, you can't trust yourself to freaking sit the fuck down. You're gonna spend more. The more you have, the more you spend. Trust, though. I don't. I don't plan on not trusting anybody, but I mean, what do you do with it? After the separation, she had disowned her best friend and her brother because they were talking to me. I had contacted them before I got a new phone because she was clearly reading my text messages. She had GPS trackers on every spot I would go, which the only things I did after work was sit in the parking lot and drink, which was shame on me. You know, I should have gone home, but I didn't know how to deal with a problem that was unresolvable, no matter how much I bent until my back broke. So it was easier to avoid. But her best friend and I, she helped my daughter and I out a little bit, and it was nice to have someone to talk to. And she turned around and shoved it directly up our ass, just as bad. So you can trust who you want. Be careful how much trust you put in someone or something. Now, Ralph Smart likes to say a lot of the time, you got to trust the process. And with the spiritual process, yes, it requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of trust. But with something like that, you're getting 100% return if you're actually doing the work. You can't just read the books and listen to a bunch of people talking and think you're some fucking guru. No, it's not how it works. So be careful who you trust, but there is nobody that you can ever trust 100%. Guaranteed. Not even your own self. Uh, I think the only person you can ever be able to trust 100% is yourself, but you gotta work for it. You gotta work for it. You can't let emotions and thoughts persuade you to, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow or whatever. Like, no, don't play that game with yourself. Tomorrow never comes. It's always now. So be careful where you put your trust. Peace.